Can you hear me now? All right. I think we're here. We got no food in front of me. Microphone's on. The stream I'm watching has the mute, so y'all shouldn't hear an echo. Lost. You lost. I'm gonna try not to feed the trolls tonight, but it's always better said than done. Also, in the process of, I just got a new Pi in, and I'm in the process of trying to install for the first time mesh core on a Pi with a 1 watt radio hat on top of the Pi. I installed Python already. Sterling managed that. If you did that, then you got to copy this. Video this. See how fun all this is. Always tinkering with something because I ain't got nothing better to do with my time. Now it looks like we're cooking with bacon grease. All right. So how's everybody's Thursday night? We got one day before the weekend. We got in South Louisiana, we got some in the South in general, some very bad weather coming this weekend, some bad weather tomorrow into Saturday, and then it's going to go from, it is 75 degrees right now, and it's going to go down to the 30s this weekend, just in time for me to go hunting and go freeze my butt off in the stand. What else is going on? Anything new? Because I was watching X today. I didn't see anything really new pop up. No new news. Um, somebody sent me a old YouTube video. We posted it on Facebook and had a little bit of fun with it. 619 was in trouble for going to Utah and putting remote stations around and stuff like that. We'll see what else. Big news I posted earlier also, because we talk about it in my live, is the Zcash core dev team has resigned. So normally I am defending projects on rug pulls. People claim everything's a rug pull, whatever. But in the last month or two, we were talking about this. This Zcash was on fire. And then the core dev team quits. Like, and did they cash all their Zcash out now? You know, it was $30 a couple of months back, and why they quit. The resignation stems from a fight between builders and their bosses, the bootstrap boards. The team faced constructive discharge. That is the legal way of saying the board changed their working conditions so drastically that they couldn't do their jobs anymore. The market reacted instantly to certain exec. So in other words, after all the ups and downs Zcash did have, and it was on fire again, then somebody's like, "Let me tell you what I think we should do." Somebody probably with a little bit of stroke said, "We need to do it like this now," because somebody probably said, "No, the hell we don't." But I'm glad we didn't go buy Zcash. I'm glad I didn't pay no money to get that miner. But still, look, it's still up at $400. So the dev team quit, but it bounced down to oh man, bounced down to $408, and now it's back up to $430. So for the day, it's only down 9%. For the week, it's down 17%, and for the month, it's still dead even. Like, so I guess if we were mining it, we'd still be making money at $434 a piece. So, it's still only up 757% for the year. It was down to $30 at one point. Look, it was down to 29. From $29 to $698. That's crazy. So we've seen it lower than this just 2 weeks ago. Almost the same price for Christmas Eve, and it came back up. I don't know. I don't know how privacy tokens are doing. I don't know if anybody else is picking up the slack. But we'd like to talk to Zcash. Nubla is dead. We're gonna talk about Nubla in a little bit. Crypto bullcoin needs some low caps to jump into. Too late to chase. Crypto bullcoin. All I want to know is what size is the wheelbarrow that you pushing around for your balls to be in? Because for you to, wanting to take chances in micro coins right now, with how unstable that this crypto market is, you got some big ones, brother. No, I don't have it. I was supposed to. Holy shit! This is it right here. I can't even get into it. I plugged it in here. I can't even get into it. I don't know if it's only stuck on a static IP, and his IP was different because I programmed it 5 years ago, and I never messed with it. And then from what the websites were saying, a Z9 full size wasn't really making that much. So I don't know. And I haven't really. Why is that running? So, is Nubla dead? Let's go catch up on. The problem is that nobody is defending Nubla. Nubla right now in their Discord is getting destroyed, and you got even all these bots coming in saying, just the normal bot stuff. Hey, I'm a Web3 designer and blah 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 and stuff like that. Nobody's deleting it. Nobody's even cleaning it up. People are going in there saying it's dead. Whether it's FUD or not, we don't know. But they're going in there saying this is FUD, this is FUD, this is FUD, oh, this is dead, this is dead, and there's no admins or anything going in there saying no, guys, we're still working on it behind the scenes. We're sorry that this is all crashing down. Blah blah blah. They ain't doing none of that. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Discord together. So you still have not had an update about the project. They had January 3rd, a quick update about the better rebate, B3TR rebate because of the holiday period, blah, 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 blah. People are saying that they still haven't gotten it. So here we are 6 days later from this, 5 days, 6 days later, depending on what side of the world you're on. They haven't gotten theirs yet. Like I said, you got so people aren't getting anything on those. I'll tell you, I couldn't even sign into it. I've tried to sign into it. When I try to sign into Nubla, my whole dashboard is blank. Nothing. And a lot of other people are complaining about that also. Some people are saying that they can get into theirs, it just doesn't show anything. I'm looking. So I can get into my dashboard. But like I said, my reward history, my claim history, my station's online. I can get to it right now. Let's see. Nubla. Wants me to put my password in. I got to figure out my username and password for the weather station. I mean, you go into a weather app. But anyway, see, like all this should be connected already. But it says connect wallet up here. But when you go up here, it has my wallet connected, and it tells me I have one Marco. So this should be look in my 2x. So like in some places it looks like it's working. And for right now, the node just runs through the desktop. But again, where's my tokens for my weather station? Anybody? Yep. Well, I'm dead in the water with y'all. I paid for a node, despite what my trolls wants to say. I paid for my node, and if it makes him feel better and sleep better at night, I'm not getting rewarded for my weather station. So, um, we just feel like an email or something. Nothing. Like there's nothing. Like you don't see no kind of updates. You don't see anything. Trying to see like the who's there for admins and stuff like that. Because this guy's Mr. Unknown VNFT.vet somehow has been convinced this Toroko's guy, whoever he is, was arguing with me the other day. I don't know if y'all saw that. Because all I said was, hey, the writing was on the wall. We should have saw it, because you can't see with this station. You can't see when it's raining. You can't see the direction the winds come from. You know, the usual stuff I keep spieling, talking about all the time. And he went and said, we don't even know if you really have a station. All you gotta do is come look at my videos, man. That'll prove it. But you don't have a. He said I didn't have a owner thing. See, new whatever these things are. Here's an idea. Look, here's Tarakos right here. Maybe the Nuba team could do an AMA. Make it more organized. A separate channel could be set up for the community to post questions beforehand. Team could then answer them during the AMA. This works well in other projects, so why not try it here? Because they really have to be here to pay attention to what's going on. And then from what I understand is, even when you do a node, you have to keep this screen open. Because I started, y'all asked the other day about setting up a node or doing a video about setting up a node. So I'm like, I knew you're not setting up the computer. You have to run their desktop. But you have to keep this screen open. It said like 60 or 80% of the time. And I'm like, I'm not leaving my computer screen open. That makes 0 sense. If I have a node running at my house somewhere on a computer, I'm not keeping a desktop open on this. The node's running on a computer, like it's running on this in the corner of my room, or corner of a warehouse somewhere, or wherever I put it at. Why do I have to keep the screen open? So I want to thank LV's Cool and Damn It Dave for coming to my coming back me up for the kind words when the troll Django was coming after me. I appreciate that. It means a lot. And I try not to let the trolls bother me too much, but you know. So what else is going on? Sword Chain. We're announcing the complete evolution of Sword Chain. Oh Jesus, here we go. Y'all got your seatbelts on. We're continuing our journey to become a physical AI infrastructure provider focused on developing, training, and serving models for robotics and autonomous systems. We're developing a multiplayer, realistic simulation environment where participants operate as teleoperators, completing tasks that generate high-fidelity training data for robot learning. What the hell is this? Have y'all seen this? Can y'all read it? Do I need to zoom it up a little bit more so y'all can read this nonsense? I love these projects that are like, hey, I know we've been doing it, this certain thing for the last 2 years, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just blow it up and start something different. There's no gaming. The environment serves dual purposes: workforce training for the future of autonomous systems and continuous data generation for model improvement. There's no gaming system. In fact, the participants are encouraged to develop automated solutions for tasking within the simulation. That's a lot of big words. Our primary focus is development of vision language models, vision language action models, and world models specifically designed for robotic applications. These models will be trained. The mobile application being simplified and restricted to serve 2 models. Local model, privacy preserving on-device interference, and cloud models, larger, more capable models via cloud, which is a premium tier. existing token. Have y'all? Did anybody else know about this? Like, what the hell is this? Like, I just stumbled across this live on my live just now. I saw that there was an announcement, so let me come see what Sword Chain's brewing up now. Every existing token holders and Sword Chain Mini contributors remain integral to the ecosystem. We recognize that participation in the simulation version may not align with every hold. Oh Jesus! Like they know they just effed up. Like this was, you read this a lot slower. They're like, hey, we know we're effing up here, but we're full throttle, bro. Hold my beer. We recognize that participation in this simulation environment may not align with every holder's interest. But y'all are on life support. And I think the life support batteries are dying. And y'all gonna come up with this nonsense? Value accrual to SOAR is being implemented through direct token utility. VLM, VLAs, world model will be accessible through SOAR tokens. Premium model access, advanced features, enhanced capabilities require token holdings or consumption. This ensures that all token holders benefit from. We are implementing a pragmatic token burn schedule with a target of burning at least 30% of the token supply this year. Guess what? I've always said though, token supply burns are great. Despite what the current rhetoric is going around with certain projects and certain people who run projects, the fact that they want to get away from token burns is nonsense. But a token burn don't mean nothing if you don't have demand for your token. The burn mechanism is directly tied to simulation usage and contributions. Tokenomics modifications have reallocated the reward, making this burn schedule possible. Burn rate schedule. The physical AI industry. They never said what the hell they're gonna do. They never said. All they said is the primary focus is development of vision language models, and that they know participation simulation that people are gonna be pissed off. So what the hell? What the hell does that make it different? I don't know how this twist off went. I think it was alive when this took off last time. And it's not like it twists all the way off because it has this wire right here. So how the hell is this happening? See, you gotta love live, man. If I was just making a video, I could just edit all this nonsense out. All right, I think we're better until it falls off again. Gotta unplug it. I don't want to plug it midstream. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Does anybody know what the hell's going on with Sword Chain? Like that's craziness. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button if you're pissed off with Sword Chain. That's just. You know, at first I'm reading it. It's like, is this Silencio all over again? Is anybody here running Silencio? What I wanted to do was, I didn't have time to start it for this video or this live, but I want to do like 2025 awards or 2026 awards, 2025. Like, take a poll of which project hasn't gone to TGE yet that you have the most faith in for 2026, which I'm sure everybody would vote Wingbits. But you have like Wingbits and 4D Sky and, you know, Brusho or CapturGO, you know, or hey, which project has been one of the most disappointing for 2025, and then let everybody vote on that. Which project were you the happiest with in 2025? I'd like to do a poll and then during one of the lives or something, or even a video, go over and say this is what everybody voted. You know, hey, who was the biggest troll of 2025. Well, that was Jenga, so we know that one already. But still, I just thought that'd be a cool idea. So we're gonna go scroll through this. Let's see, Wayru still got action going on in their Discord. Wishing everybody a happy new year. I'm sure that went over like a lead balloon. So grass, there's been a little, you know, I'm glad to see that there's a little bit more pushback with some of this. And it seems like there's more and more people starting to agree with me that it's complete nonsense that we're on an Epoch 15 right now for grass. Treasury update: Grass completed a 250,000 in open grass purchases, following 100 grand in November, strengthening reserves to support incentives, operations ongoing to an open market grass purchases. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, this is great. Look, there's gonna be so many people involved in this. So many people. Look, and I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. Could be way wrong. Chances are I'm not, but I could be way wrong. I'm telling you that there's gonna be people who are gonna lose their, you know what, when they get their grass rewards. That's how crazy this is. This is crazy. Look, everybody is voting for everything right now. Everybody, like, you're seeing these gambling, betting things all over the place. Like, if you think Donald Trump's going to take a crap before 11:57 a.m. today, what percentage do you think? So they're trying to say now she abruptly ended the White House briefing seconds before reaching 65 minutes. There's a market betting on whether the briefing would last more than 65 minutes. Minutes before the end, the odds gave a 98%. Gave it 9 cents for yes, making the bet of no very cheap. When she stopped exactly before the mark, those who bet on no profited about a 50x in seconds. Maybe I'm doing all this crypto stuff wrong. So this dude, Crypto Lock, and he loves some grass. On the hardware side, a grasshopper device faced delays due to, I told y'all, they were waiting for this grass device before they were going to go and give rewards again. I called that. I called that. Development work, however, has continued behind the scenes. A detailed update of manufacturing time will be released early next year. When the hell is this issue? Listen, grass has been around for 2+ years now. 3, maybe? 2023, 2024, somewhere like that. There's a million people doing it, like literally. Apparently, people have had no problem running grass until now. To me, this just feels like another crypto project that's trying to capitalize on device sales. You have people already running. Like, what do you need? You want 2 million people running this thing now? Like, do you really need more people running this? I mean, again, at one point, we were running this on PC desktop, Windows desktop, whatever desktop, and you could run it on a Pi, and you could run it on your phone, and you can run it on different things. And now it seems like they're limited now to just your phone and desktop. So maybe like I still say that's why they won't allow you to run this like on a Pi type environment, um, client, whatever you want to call it, because they want you to go buy this device, a new native wallet available through Grasp. Like I don't understand this either. You're on Solana. There's enough wallets. Why do you need a Grass wallet to do Grass stuff with? Abstraction based wallet infrastructure is allowed in the first half of 2026. So they're waiting for this also. Why? As the network scales, Grasses are preparing the next iteration of the reward program. Airdrop to be structured to better align incentives with long-term network contribution, with distribution taking place through a new native wallet available through the Grass dashboard. Once all these are complete, a snapshot of Grass season 2. Does this not just feel like stalling? Like I responded to one of his tweets earlier, maybe day before yesterday. Like, does this not feel like stalling to you? Most crypto projects, deep in projects, they can reward daily, weekly, monthly, and still work on these type of things with their project. Ongoing development, research, whatever you want to call it. Most projects are capable of walking and chewing gum at the same time, and apparently Grass can't. There's no reason why we should be waiting 14, 15 months right now since the last reward. Somebody make that make sense. Like, I just don't understand. And to me, half of the stuff just feels like, hey, well, we can't put hardware out, so we can't do rewards yet. Bro, like, everybody who's involved in Grass has been doing just fine without y'all's device. There's no way. And I'm telling you right now, unless this thing is like $10 or $15, which I know it's not, you're not gonna see me promote it. I don't care if Helium Deploy wants me to do it and gives me a bonus for pushing it or not, or whoever is trying to sell it. Because it's sometimes it's just you have to have a little pride in yourself. Like, this is horse manure. And please tell me if y'all agree or disagree. But Grass should not be waiting 15 months to reward people and then start blaming it on the airdrop issues on device delays. Nobody needs them. Or because a wallet that's still being worked on and going to be edited. We don't need it. You're supposed to be just grabbing our data, scrubbing data, or doing whatever you want to officially call it, selling it off, and we make profit. Every other project that's doing that right now can pay. Why is this so hard? Again, please help me, somebody. See what else they got. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yep. Oh well. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Amazon and Ripple to work together to upgrade. Yeah, okay. Now that was fun. Oh, yep. Oh, the waiver is just a death contract. Holy, dude, I could get stuck on X for a while. All right. What else? Oh, buy HNT or Nadix. Crypto Bullcoin. Is that a serious question? Like, is that a serious question? I gotta know. Is that a serious question? Um, I'm not answering that question. Like, I know. I think I'm being trolled again. HNT or Nadix. I hope it spy $5 hub install Wireshark and hook together snip the IP that doesn't reset. Is that true? No, but do you still have? No. So what else is going on? I see there's a lot of push recently for Luna Classic again. Like it seems like it goes away. And look, I own 16, 17 million Luna Classic, and I bought them like at the bottom because I'm being honest with y'all, I kept buying as it was crashing, and then when it started kind of going sideways, I moved a whole bunch of Litecoin I had from mining into that, so it didn't really cost me anything, and I loaded up 13 million Luna Classic, and then I've been staking it ever since. So I think I'm up to like 15, 16, 17 million. Don't quote me on it, something like that. And they're like, oh, it's going, they're getting as bad as the XRP people. Oh, Luna Classic is going up to, some guy in there was like 34 cents. I'm like, do you realize what that market cap would be? It's like you and XRP are having this challenge of what nonsense can come out your mouth the most. Look, give me 10 cents. Hell, just eat a zero at first. You got 4 zeros in front of your number. Eat a zero. And then we'll talk about eating another zero. You know, just go to a penny and let me pay off. I got to be able to pay off my house. Or both my cars. 3 cars. All 3 cars. Give me a penny. I'm not asking for 34 cents. Go to a dime, I got $1 million, $1.7 million. I'm not even asking for that. Give me a nickel. But unless y'all start ripping and burning tokens like crazy, Luna Classic ain't going nowhere. But I'm gonna hold on to it. Ooh. Look at the new Batman. And then dog comes in for the rescue. Oh, Bank of America for 100% of internal transactions being completed using the XRP Ledger and XRP order. Started January 9th, Real File will introduce cash back on all XRP payments using XRP and earn cash back in real token. This is highly bullish. And here's Luna Classic right behind it. Is it really bullish, guys? It's up a little bit. It's down a little bit. Up 13% for the week. It was at $1.87. Hey, I told y'all, if y'all really, really, really liked XRP when it was down at that price and y'all really wanted to kind of get into it, not financial advice, but I said that high dollar range might have been time to put something in it, but I mean, I'm not. It was at the 230 at one point. That was on January 6th, and then came back down, and it's down 3% today. I'll tell you all the story about the Doge girl Doge girl, Doge bikini girl at a pool that told me to buy a Telcoin because it was supposed to be a direct competitor of XRP. Yeah, let's see how that went. It was a penny at one point. Oh, what else? What's GeoNet doing? GeoNet's got some positive action going on. It's 11%, 13.5 cents to 15 cents. It was up to 16 cents. Hey, that's positive. You know, but GeoNet's a good project. They're just killing each other with this stupid yearly halving. Ain't nobody going to mine it after or set devices up. Silencio. I don't know if y'all are doing y'all's homework at night, guys and ladies and gentlemen. Doing Silencio and doing the AI voice speaking. But you know, we saw Silencio going up. It was up 32% for the month. I still have not did my raffle tickets for Silencio. And I see some people leaving, so I'm not definitely not going to do them now because I'm just going to bore you all to death sitting here waiting for. Claim your mystery cubes. I have 1.9 million Silencio tokens. Six, eight, 200. $246. It's not that bad. I have not had any chance to do any kind of the AI voice thing. No, I do not have a deep device. Odin knows Baratu. Do not have a deep device. Never did. I see my bears. See it to Julie and is a house of fun. Okay. Telcorn is launching the first U.S. Bitcoin dips below 90,000, triggering $450 million worth of liquidations. And this right here should be bullish news. And that's what you kept hearing about, how crypto last year and this year was supposed to be taking off and stuff, because we're going to have the Clarity Act for crypto regulation. So everybody's going to know what the rules are and what they should and couldn't do and all this stuff like that. And apparently nobody let crypto know that, at least the prices. Uh-huh. Do people believe some of this nonsense? There's more grass crap. I don't see nothing, guys. Like, I think crypto right now is just this just feels like a complete bear market. I just remember 2 years ago, it had to be 2 years ago. We were in this boring ass bear market, and all we did was just sit around and watch things go sideways. People tried pumping this couple of things, just kind of like what you're seeing right now in Discord. Even though it's hard to say how we're in a bear market, and yet you got Bitcoin at Bitcoin crashing. Oh, I was on the wrong thing. You got Bitcoin at 90,000. It's hard to say it's a bear market, but it just seems boring. Does crypto just not seem boring as hell right now? They got some on sale right now if you want to grab one and do a review for us. On Deep? Odin's trolling me. That dude got jokes. This says sold out, brother. At $1,100. Sold out. Oh shucks. I was $1,100. Get out of here. Hmm. Oh well. Guess I'll miss out on deep. Tell you something. That for those of y'all who've been here this whole time on this live for the last 50 minutes, I talked about earlier, I talked about crypto bull, was it crypto bullcoin who said please. Talked about how big balls were and stuff, and you need a wheelbarrow to carry them. To pay $1,100 right now in a deep end project when you're seeing how well some of these deep end projects are doing, and I mean that with all the most sarcasm right now, you got to really be in it for the tech. Really in it for the tech. Grumpy ain't in it for the deep tech. Now, I'm not saying if this device wasn't cheaper, I would take a chance on it, but at $1,000, I tell you, if somebody gave me $1,000 right now in my hand and said you can put this towards crypto, it wouldn't be a deep device. Right now, with some of these token prices the way they are, I'll just be buying crypto. That's just me. I'm pushing real hard on mass chain. Um, I'm waiting for at one of my host locations. I told you I'm waiting for in Baton Rouge to get the internet fixed. They were supposed to be going out there today with the ISP, the internet service provider. But I got an email from Wingbits not too long ago saying my device is offline. And my device is still offline. So, but once my device gets back online, then I'll put my mass chain device up there. I haven't had a chance to play with that game thing that I talked about. Let's see what else. I don't know. Y'all got anything else? It's like I want to continue doing lives, but it seems like y'all don't have much. Normally on my lives, y'all are throwing stuff around. I'm throwing stuff around. We're throwing ideas around, but I think it's just everything is just. I don't want to say dead because Deep End's not dead, and I don't want to make that statement at all. Is it just that there's nothing exciting news? I keep trying to tell people. I think part of it is the holidays and teams took a week or two off. I know like half my office takes off for Thanksgiving weekend, Christmas and New Year's holiday because, all they need to do is take 3 days vacation. Then they got like 2 weeks off if you plan it right. Maybe these projects are the same way. It just seems like there's not much. That's one reason why I didn't do a projects video for Monday night, Tuesday morning. Because when I started looking through it, there's no announcements. I'm just gonna sit here and just regurgitate the same thing over and over. I might as well just record a session for every project and just put it all together every week because it's the same crap over and over again. Chirp, talking about how KAGE only works in certain places because of the amount of beacons, and I don't see how the IoT is going to survive the IoT network side when they're not pushing for devices to be put out in certain places. Grass, it shouldn't take 15 months for this. Nadix or SoarChain or something. It's the same. I keep saying the same stuff over and over again. Y'all watch it because it gets views, but it's like There's just nothing really going on. Oh, then shut the front door. So in addition to the $1,000 device, you also need an NFT. And these things sold out? What they had? 3? Um let's see. You got the 90,000 Bitcoin is a bear market. I guess when you think that we were at like what 120,000 or whatever it was at one point. I mean, I guess we're down. I don't know if I'll consider this a bear market though. But the alt season, yeah, where the hell alt season? Alt season is kind of like how winter has been here in Louisiana. We just missed it. It just skipped right over us. You know, we went from fall to spring. Like I said, right now it's 73 degrees and it's dark. It's 8:00 p.m. with 84% humidity. That's summertime weather for us. Oh, you have to go to the regular website and depends on. No one's making any profits, so you're a funny deal. I appreciate it. My wife will argue with you. She thinks I'm an a-hole. It's just a project allow I see I used to run nodes. And since all nodes are dead now, do the math. You need an NFT. Anyone VPN is not bad. ROI in 6 months, 2x, and still doing well. $400 entry and less with a code if you get one. Anyone VPN? That's a new one. Anyone VPN. Oh. No, when I start yawning, I'm in trouble now. Oh, Jesus. The queen of conspiracy right here. That's the first I've heard of anyone kind of in passing, but I've never deep dived into it. I never really looked into it. Um, anyone router, for those of you looking, it's on sale now. And it's on sale, and then you get $28.90 off if you use the Grumpy code. I appreciate Jay Styles for bringing that to our attention. That was Jay Styles. Yeah. Not to be confused with AJ Styles. It sure is a pretty looking box. That's for sure. According to this, I don't know the difference, but this is cheaper at Helium Deploy. And it ships out. You'll get it in 8 days. I appreciate Josh Styles. That's cool of you to bring that to our attention. Odin, you act like there's still gonna be an alt season, bro. I'm happy that you're keeping up that positivity for us all. Because November and December, maybe what it is, I told everybody I thought alt season would be end of November going into December. I didn't say 2025. Maybe Maybe I just keep telling myself that. I wasn't technically wrong because we're in 2026 and November and December haven't gotten here yet. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't tired when I started this, but it is what it is. Jay Styles says it also sets up an anonymized access over Tor Onion for your home devices too. Cool. Once all suckers sell out, there'll be an alt season. Trust me, they can tell the paper hands sell. Listen, I- I'm not gonna really disagree with you, but what I'm gonna say is, there's times where I make comments and videos, and then I also make my own counter arguments where I kind of go against things I said, and I guess this will be one of them. But one of my arguments was I don't know what kind of alt season we're gonna have because the ETFs for Bitcoin, and I've read that and I've seen that in videos. I got it from a couple of different sources, but basically, there's so much money flowing in and out right now. Bitcoin, and that's the hot item with the ETFs, and they're not worried about Ethereum or XRP or Cardano ETFs or Solana ETFs and whatever else they announced they're coming out with next, ICP and all this stuff like that. They're not worried about it. Everybody this season is Bitcoin. It's not AI. Remember, that was supposed to be a big hype. It's not gaming. It's not DPIN. It's just Bitcoin. And money's flowing in and out of that. And I don't know if I really disagree with this statement, but something that some people keep saying is that there are more alts than there have ever been before, but not everybody who's trading in the top, 2,000, 3,000 altcoins. I just, I don't know what happens with crypto from here. I'll be dead honest with you. And I know I say this every live and I say this on my videos, so y'all have to bear with me. But a bunch of y'all, I don't know if people in here right now, but if y'all look deep, dark, and some of you, I'm talking to y'all out there. If y'all look deep, dark into y'all soul, bottom of y'all heart, like deep, deep, deep into y'all souls, and want to be honest with yourselves, some of y'all owe Tech Hustler a huge apology. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say. I already owe him a drink for all the help he's given me. But some of y'all laughed y'all asses off at him in my live because he called y'all out on his live or his video and he mentioned me on Grumpy Dad's live. I saw y'all laughing at me. And the homeboy was right. And we all thought the dude lost his mind and he was smashing broken devices and stuff. But when he said there's not going to be an alt season, he said we missed the alt season. He said we don't mess with DPIN unless you're going to be in it for the tech because you're not going to make money. In fact, you're probably going to lose money, especially these projects that are, and while I love the guys to death, I think it's a fun project. I know some of y'all don't, but certain projects that made some profit off of $20, $30 ESP32 devices, it probably costs a little bit more because there's charging base or something, but still. And he said some of these people are just, the statement I liked the most was during the California gold rush, the people that made the most money were the people selling the tools, the shovels, the equipment for the California gold rush, not the people who were mining the gold. South Louisiana, some of these marinas and some of these supply places that supply all this stuff for like the offshore stuff like that, they're making a killing. And it's the same, like he was right. Some people don't want to say that. Some people don't care for the dude. He's a little weird. Hey, all of us are all weird in something or not, but he was right. And I know I've said this before, and I hate to keep pounding on it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know what's going to happen like this. You're getting a deep in project. Instead of you saying, man, I hope I have enough money for gas for my Lambo. Now you got to just say, am I ever going to break even for this? I forget what in the Discord, somebody even made comment about, yeah, we're getting this project, but I already know I will never ROI from it. And I'm like, brother, you must really love that. What is that tech? Is it a foot massager? You must really like that tech. Is it a brush show device? I don't understand brush show either. I say this in my Monday or Tuesday videos, how we don't know, like, I don't know what the hell's going on with brush show, because they said in their either X or their Telegram, yeah, we have no idea when TGE is. But yet they moved from the oral test token over to brush show tokens. So you're giving out brush show tokens, but you're not TGE yet? How does that work? I understand you might not be on an exchange or on a DEX, but if you're giving out brush show tokens, isn't that like you had a token generation event? I don't know. Tesla was right all except for one. He busted a GeoNet antenna. But I was told but he said that was not GeoNet antenna. So I don't know if that was Anacoy or if there was something a while back that had an antenna that looked. Did Helium have an antenna that looked like that? But he said that was not a GeoNet antenna. And he also admitted that majority or some of those devices that he smashed did not work anymore. But he did do a video of his two most promising DPIN projects right now. And he said, look, I told y'all that DPIN's dead and you better be in it for the tech. He said, but there's still two projects I really, really like. And he said, GeoNet and Wingbits. GeoNet, Wingbits. But I'm worried about Wingbits, only not the project itself, because them guys are busting their ass. They're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. They got customers and stuff like that. But I just worry that that Wingbits, when that token does get released and people see the price of it, there's going to be mass panic. Think about some of these projects you're in right now, not named GeoNet. And think how, even though they're a good project, how much they're down because the crypto market overall is down. And I watched this happen with another project where when the token gets released, it's very low. And before they ever got started or got a chance to evolve or anything, people deemed them trash because of how low those tokens initially came out as. And I'm worried about that with Wingbits, is that when people who have been waiting, the longer you wait, well, I guess it's kind of give and take. The longer and longer, I say the same thing about grass. I'm going to get to it. The longer and longer you're waiting for TGE and get rewarded, you're gonna be happy you finally got it. But you also now are gonna have so many tokens and stuff that you can probably say, man, I've been in this project for 2 years, and this is all this token's worth. 1 penny, maybe 2, maybe half a penny. Think about it. Right now, a lot of y'all in Wingbits. If Wingbits comes out tomorrow, and then in 24 hours is at 0.003 cents. How many people do you think will be on the Discord attacking the living hell out of them when they have nothing to do with the price? And you let it come out and be stable around 2 or 3 cents. People making $3 a day. You're gonna have people trying to buy devices, trying to shoehorn devices in between 2 hexes. 619 would lose his mind. We don't know. We don't know what the reward's going to be. I remember them saying at one point, and I don't know if I heard them directly say this. I know it was not Axie or Mike. Somebody said that they heard Robin say this in the AMA and in the Discord. I personally never did. I'm going to say that. But somebody said Robin has said more than once that he would worry. He'd be he would like to see and be worried if they didn't. Guys who bought high fixed devices to ROI in at least 6 to 8 months. And if you do the math, 6 to 8 months for what the average token reward is, that's 0.001 cent, 0.001 and a half, maybe 0.002 if I remember doing it right. So I don't know. Oh, this. Yeah. Oh no, I do agree with that. I can tell you, while I have sold a bunch of crap project tokens like demo and stuff, other than when that got some kind of bill that comes in, and usually I'm just selling my crow because I have so much crow, even though that price is down. Majority of these projects like Nadix, Nadix, I did a claim to take those tokens, and they say you got to wait 30 days, which I think is complete and utter bullshit when you didn't stake them. So why is it taking 30 days for them to be moved to my wallet? I moved some demo, moved a couple of little crap project tokens, and just moved them into something else that I hope gets profit and that can come up. I did a little bit of trading because on Radium, I'm just playing with some trading stuff like that right now too. Nothing crazy with leverage. And after playing for about 4 or 5 days, I'm kind of still even. You know, um, my daughter needs a strut for her when she hit that. I know most of y'all know that she hit a curb, so she must never told me that she was doing 75 miles an hour when she hit the curb, because not only did she bust one tire, the second one, with the one in the back, was barely not busted, so it had to be replaced. So that's $500 right there for the middle of the grade tire. They wanted to put the expensive Firestone or Bridgestone low profile tires on it for almost $400. And I told them each, and I told them about the out their mind. But then they get on the rack and realize she has a bent strut or something, and the whole thing comes together. And that's gonna be another $500. Then she needs an alignment after that for another $150. Look at that $1,000. So we'll park it, because Grumpy Daddy ain't got that. We replaced the two tires, drove it home, and when the next paycheck comes, we'll get the strut and and she has the bum rods for softball practice. This is what it is. Anakoi and Frog use the same geo antenna. Yes. Maybe it was a fry antenna. I'd smash the hell out of it too. Anakoi, I really don't know what's going on with Anakoi. I'm just accumulating. Somebody asked me a while back about Bono and Ano and you know Yoko Ono. I think I'm still getting my Anakoi. I don't think I ever. And I know some of y'all are in Anakoi. Did y'all ever? Has anybody not moved their Bono yet? Because I know, like, the longer you waited. You got some coverage. I'll give them that. I know they got some good paying customers. I saw that too. Well, that Gulf Coast is represented. So it says I have I must have picked the wrong wall, because it says I ain't got no Bono Onos right now. There ain't nothing to the north. They got woods to the west, and that's wide open. But yet to the north is trying to say whatever. So I'm getting 25 Onos a day. Here's my estimated unclaimed rewards. I've never claimed them. You're missing on additional rewards. Your knowledge was streak, which means you're missing on additional rewards. This is like due to low quality or available scales. Hey man, I got the station up on top of a pole. At one time, this was completely full. I don't know what happened to it. Can't do nothing for you, man. Best I can do. Yep, I don't know. I don't know why I'll be missing, but hey, I got. So where's my bonos at? Oh, Gina's having trouble getting more customers right now and said you're stalled. I've been selling Anacore weekly. If Gina is having trouble getting more customers right now and said they are stalled, Anacore is screwed. Well, I didn't do a video, but making 28 Anacore a day. So you're making 53 cents right now. Anacore's down. Yeah, Anacore's down. A little bit. Two, it was a 2, 3. Yeah, Anacore is down. We're getting 28, you're getting 53 cents a day. With GeoNet saying I'm making $1.85 a day. And what's a GeoNet station cost right now? $650. So right now, before the halving, right now, you're looking at 351 days. So it's going to take you well over a year at today's pricing. Now, if Odin's correct and we do have a big alt season come up in a couple of months, then of course this is going to knock them days down. This is going, but again, however, how many days this is between, you got to do the real math. How many days this is between now and June 1st? You take that many days off, but then whatever days are left, you then have to split that. So instead of getting 12 a day, you can start getting 6 a day. Now you're down to 93 cents. And then the year after that, if you don't ROI in time, then you're getting 3. You're down to 46 cents. Year after that, now you're at 1.5. You see why yearly halvings are stupid? Yearly halvings are lazy tokenomics ways. It's come on, man. Let me see. GeoNet. $700. But you get 50 off with the grumpy codes at $645. Then you got to pay shipping. $375 days. But again, you got 5 full months, 5.5 months, a little more than 5 months. So you minus 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. 160. it's mine's 160 days, then you have 215 days left. But then actually this thing goes, so that goes up, you know, carry the one, dot the I, cross the T, you know. Odin said he's still waiting for hardware to set up on the core. I'm hoping it's going out some kind of utility in the future. That's all you can hope for, man. Is that they have some kind of utility and some kind of demand. You know, the more you read, the more you learn that H&T really didn't have that kind of demand. What it was is that the reason H&T went from $1 something when I got into it up to 40 something dollars was because they were manufacturing 900,000 devices, and everyone in manufacturers had to pay a fee, which I don't know if it was directly paid in H&T or paid some other way, and they bought H&T with that license money. And that is what made all the transactions and the device and the token go again to 40 something dollars. And you're never putting 900. That's the IoT side. And actually, towards the end of that was when they started mobile. So you had those devices also. So you're not going to have them anymore, or that kind of onboarding. So H&T, to me, the most you're gonna get is $2, maybe back to $3 in a good hard alt season. It's killing me right now not selling my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of H&T I got sitting around. But at $1 something, like, it just kills me. That how dare I sell it when it was at $40 each at one point. All right, boys and girls, I got anything else? I'm hoping I've been selling Uncle Weekly. I need to hit a block so I can buy a new car. I think that's one thing I wish I would got into is solar mining. You know, if BitAx wants to send me a device for a video, I'll be happy to accept it. Just don't go tell my troll Jenga, because then he'll say, that dude's such a moron. Somebody sent me a comment that he made in Wingbits back last May and said, Grumpy got one Wingbits device for free, so he should not be allowed to comment on the device. What sense does that make? Why do you think Helium Deploy gives us a 4D Sky for free, or a Brusho for free, or, you know, Rover for free? So we can get it in our hands, do an unboxing, you drum up interest, show them what the rewards are. That's what it's all about. And yet this troll is going to make fun of me and basically attack me and say it like it's a negative thing, that I was going to do a comment on Wingbits because I got a free device. Like, dude, that's trolling. That's not troll. That's attempt to troll. That's what you should be charged with. Attempt to troll. Dude, you need a life, dude. It's like, I used to get pissed off about it first, but I'm like, dude, if that is your goal in life, just to follow me around and watch, and like, he'll eventually watch this video and comment on it. You hate me so bad, yet you watch all my videos. I appreciate it, because though everyone in views helps me, and every time you downvote helps me because interaction. And you know, it's kind of like that bully at school that would tell somebody like 23% of the truth about you about something, so you couldn't like outright deny it, but you know it was bullshit. And that's what he's about. So I had somebody from a project reach out to me like, dude, this dude's was in our Discord making asinine comments, and like, what's the deal with y'all? And I'm like, I have no idea. Like, all of a sudden he follows me into, like, we have 15 I don't have 15 mutual servers with people in my own Discord that I talk to all the time. We don't have 15 mutual servers. He goes into all of them. I'm like, dude, I'm glad I'm not interested. My wife may disagree with you. She thinks I'm a boring old man. But you want to follow me everywhere and make comments. It ain't hurting my subscribers. So, my subscribers are down a little bit, but I read somewhere that you can't get all butthurt about that because some of them are bots, and eventually YouTube deletes bots. So if you lose, over time, 100 or 200 subscribers over a certain period of time, not like all at one time, but certain period of time, like some of that, I'm sure some of it could be somebody unsubscribing because I made a comment about Bill Clinton or, a blue dress, Trump, Biden, and somebody unsubscribed. Hey, it's going to happen. I've learned that before, but the troll thing's just a joke at this point. Complete joke. Keeps up a bit of action run, you'll know better than playing the lottery. That's honestly, that's what it is. But listen, again, I know my troll's gonna make a comment. I'm not allowed to say this, but like the bid axe kind of took me by surprise because some of them are expensive. Like I don't have a couple $100 laying around for that. Not right now. I just told you about the story about my daughter's car. It's Christmas. Had to pay Christmas gifts. It's tight. But I mean, I would like a bid axe, but at one time I was playing with these ESP32 devices. They got one that you can pull out of the sword chain thing, apparently, the sword chain mini. And there was a solo miner in there also. It didn't have hardly any hash rate, but it took one time for somebody to stumble onto a block with the ESP32. Now everybody thinks they can do it. So S19K Pro. Is that an ASIC? That's an ASIC monitor, isn't it? I ain't running them all basics. I don't need free heaters in my house. $422 from AliExpress. Oh, you can even get them at Amazon. $1,300 at Amazon. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. 450 each. Negative, Ghost Rider. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. That's about my biggest regret not going to Mining Disrupt in November. Was those guys are there and I wanted to meet those guys and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think they got another crypto conference in March coming up. I was looking at that one. I don't know if that was in Vegas or something. But the rate I'm going, the way crypto's going, the way deep pin's going, the way alt season's going, I'm gonna keep my happy ass here and even going to no conferences. That's for sure. Yeah, my power bill will be insane. You're right. And when I had not this, but I had a L3 plus Litecoin miner at first for the first probably 3 months I had it here, it was a significant toll on my electric bill. And that's when I moved to my buddy's office. So like an Apple solar shoot. Yeah, the BitAxe, so solar miners barely use any power at all. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, so Helium Deploy does sell BitAxe. This is the Gamma. I don't know anything about any of the models. I know there's a new one out because, again, this one is cheaper, half the price of the other one was they were talking about. Why do you need my address for my bit? Like, come on, man. There should be an override. There should be an override if somebody knows what the hell they're doing programming. That if you put a project in here that doesn't need your address, it shouldn't matter. Stupid, man. Come on, guys. Man, you must be crazy if you think I'm typing my address on a live. So this saying I have 12 cent. I don't want y'all emailing me and texting me. Phone number 123-456-789. I can't believe that worked. Put my head over my address. So you're saying there's a chance. I have a 1 in 1,352 chance. I have 1 in 112 chance in a year. That's better than a lottery. That is about right. Tad. That's about right. Huh. Get me a bid axe. New bid axe like 150 watts on the clock. 75, bro. Not worth of Solomon. I think it's more about just running over Tom. Yeah, I'm my ASIC days over with. I've always said ASICs to me, and I know I'm in minority on this. Maybe not right now on this channel, but in crypto in general, ASICs were scams. They lured you in with like all these profits that they promised, and you would have Voscoin and these other guys doing these videos saying, you could make $107 a day. And then it was, well, you could make $80 a day. Then you could make $60 a day. But I remember when I ordered mine, you ordered it, and by the time it came in, the hash rate had went up 3 times already, or however many times, and you weren't making anything they promised. And then some of these ASICs were like $14,000 and $16,000. There's no way they ROI that. And you got Voscoin doing videos saying, yeah, it'll take me 370 days to ROI on that. If it doesn't break, if you're 3 blades inside, none of them fails. You're supposed to be making 60 something a day. Then it's down to 20 a day. Then it's down to $2 a day. Then you're not breaking even anymore because of electricity. At least with DPIN, I ain't got to worry about that. Oh, pass a daily based on your hash rate. Yes. Yes. But I know guys that have big ASICs that are pulling them. They're trying to solo mine with that. That because, it's not just the BitAxe type of devices, or ESP32 devices doing solo mining. I know guys that are like, screw it. I'm breaking even anyway. If that, I'm not worried about getting 17 cents of Bitcoin. I'm just going to solo mine and screw it. Hey man, each his own. Oh, I slept last night. I don't know why I'm so tired. I think it's because it's getting gloomy because we have all this rain coming. But all right, boys and girls, before I fall asleep and y'all look really unprofessional, at least I wasn't eating. I wasn't shoving tacos in my mouth. I wasn't shoving pizza in my mouth. Pasta laya in my mouth. Red beans and rice in my mouth. At least I wasn't doing all that. That's a step forward in a positive direction for 2026, being a little more professional on this YouTube. You know, going back to my troll, I don't know how he can accuse me of being fake. Dude, this is the realest YouTube they got. So, look, it's my son from college. Hello. I'm in the middle of a live. What's up? Is there an address on the bottom of it? You just go to courthouse and tell them what I told you to tell them. Tell you what, I don't know how old some of y'all are. You have a kid that's in college, and every time your phone rings, you're like, oh, hell. because your 19-year-old son ain't calling just to say he misses you. So, oh, I bet it is better. But which bit act? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep yawning on y'all. And until I get up and move around, I'm just gonna keep on yawning. So, um, look, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the people coming to my defense when I get the trolls and stuff like that. Um, you know, I'm not out here conning people. I ain't telling you to buy whatever to buy. I bring stuff to y'all's attention. I do videos to bring stuff to y'all's attention. You know, despite what some people think, I make $1.20 a YouTube video. Maybe if there's a decent amount of views, maybe $1. Sometimes less than that. You know, even with y'all's code right here, I'm not making that 10% in my pocket. So, you know, depending on which store it is, it's less than that. Well, both of them are less than that, but how much less than that? So, you know, but I do the code also to help y'all out. Hell, I'll take a 10% off of some of these devices, or $50 off some of these devices. So I appreciate y'all support, helping keep the trolls away and stuff like that. They're still gonna be around. This dude's been following me around for May of 2025 was when he was doing the Wingbits one. A couple months before that, maybe, was when he started with me on Sword Chain. So, you know, I don't know. Some people just can't handle life and need an excuse. But it is what it is. Group running yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Thank y'all very much. And y'all have a good weekend. We'll be back Monday. I'll probably do a Monday video since I didn't do one this weekend, just to try to update. Even if there's not that many updates, hey, maybe it'll be a shorter video under an hour. That's why I put chapters in it. So thank y'all very much. And hopefully we'll get some news on D-Pin soon so my lives aren't as boring. I appreciate y'all staying awake. You know, I had a problem doing it. But I thank y'all. Hit the like button on the way out, please. Really helps out the channel. And thank y'all for y'all support again. Somebody get the lights on the way out. I appreciate it. Good night.